Inexperienced guys can make great boyfriends. Underrated thing about dating inexperienced people is that you're going to be their first full romantic love. Those who have been in other relationships may take much longer to finally open up. Counterpoint, they'll make their amateur relationship mistakes with you. And everyone makes amateur relationship mistakes in their first real relationship. What you fail to mention is that everyone will always make mistakes. It's not a first real relationship thing. Even 50 years into a relationship, people can still make mistakes, and even dumb ones too. Everyone messes up. And it's up to the people in the relationship to work together to fix any issues and overcome hurdles, work on themselves, and hold each other accountable. I've only ever had one relationship. Started dating my woman at 16. Bought a house together at 24. And this year at 25 I proposed. We are over 9 years into our relationship. Engaged, and we've both made mistakes. And we have both learned from them. And I do believe she's helped me grow into a better person. This is cute because you learned that one of your predetermined ideas of what makes a good partner wasn't true. There is no idea profile for a good partner. Lots of things you don't want in a partner. And someone with no prior relationships isn't necessarily going to have those traits you absolutely want to avoid. No baggage and resentment from previous relationships is definitely a plus. Wished most girls realize this. Inexperienced guys are in it with genuine reasons. Experienced guys have a higher likelihood to play the girl. I mean, same with women too. Are there some minuses to dating inexperienced women and men? Of course. But we seem to magnify those disadvantages and ignore the good things about people who don't have negative views of relationships and the opposite sex. I'm married to a woman who was a virgin. Have been for 15 years. She still has no clue how to be sexy. Has no game. Rolls out of bed and has frizzy hair a majority of the time. Just completely unpolished. But she's mine. What is it about an inexperienced man that gives women apprehension? I'm genuinely curious about this. I thought a lot of "experience" meant you were a player to be avoided. If you're so great, what happened with all these relationships in which experience was gained? Please treat him right. I literally said the same thing. Cool. I said it too. Cool. They said it too. This is interesting, as a post I commented on earlier was the exact opposite. Asked how women feel about inexperienced guys with relationships, and I told my story. The short part anyway. And yet, unlike you, the girl never gave me the chance. Same. Also, I found this post after that other thread. Went through the same BS with a girl as well. Funny how life experiences can be alike. Did you approach him, or did he somehow have courage that day? OMG, this is so the most important question we all need to know. I, 32 meters, recently met an out-of-state princess while she was on vacation in my city. Completely out of nowhere, she literally grabbed me by the arm. Basically straight out the bar. Wasted no time to her hotel. And it feels like we've been inseparable, texting, pics etc. for months. But am I the only one? As a dude, part of me feels like I'm just lucky dreaming and bound to wake up at any time to her simply finding another replacement from the local bar. Stupid paranoia. Lol, this being my first experience as a dude being hunted versus hunter. I'm now wondering if this normal or perhaps rare genuine move for girls to go out hard in the paint and just grab the guy they want. If so, how often / when do people typically do this? Am I special or simply better than nothing? PLZ, tell me I'm beautiful and the apple of someone's eye. Had 4 BFS. 2 had never had a relationship before. First and current, and they were / are the best relationships I've had. Curious if you / he are comfortable sharing. What stopped him from dating prior to meeting you? A powerful force of wizardry. This also applies to online dating. The best partners are those who are new to online dating and haven't been disillusioned yet. So true. All my married friends dodged the whales and got good ladies because they were all new users. In many cases, inexperienced BF or GF can be much better than the opposite because they're fresh, no previous trauma, no previous bad experience. They're like a new employee who tries to prove himself. If the other part is also a good person, it can be a lifetime relationship. The amount of people I talk to on dating apps have baggage, and it can get quite draining sometime. Of those people, a lot make assumptions based on past bad experience. It takes more effort to get past the baggage than anything, regardless of experience or inexperience. Relationship takes work and a lot don't want to communicate to get it sorted out. Most take the easy path to run away. Exactly. And it pisses off. Why do I have to pay for someone else's mistakes? Why do I have to prove to you I'm a good person? Going in a relationship with these kinds of baggage and prejudgments don't always end up good. If you call the store and ask for the manager's forgiveness special, they will often give it to you discounted. Most people don't know how, or are just too afraid to ask. A lot of women are turned off by the very qualities you are adoring in your guy. That leaning in, available stuff makes them run for the hills, and your praise won't change it. But good for you finding someone. I'm genuinely why it is a turn off. I've been single for a while and have had trauma in between. But I think it's a little on the unfair side of dating. Of course it's unfair. There are solid evolutionary reasons why someone with no experience can signal a danger sign to a woman, or why she may prefer someone with experience, which is a known quantity, triggers competitive instincts, etc, etc. Meanwhile, on the other side, women with too much experience can be rejected by men for their reasons. It's firmware and software involved in this junk. One time I was having a group discussion where I pointed out that if women only prefer experienced men, then how are the men without experience supposed to get any experience? Then some people in the group got really defensive / offended because they thought I was implying that everyone is owed a relationship. But it is a genuine question though. It does seem unfair that some people were lucky to get more experience at a young age and a lot of us feel left behind. Honestly, I can say this is literally what I was thinking when reading the topic. There can always be a reason why someone either held off being in a relationship or just didn't end up in one, but it's almost like it's more intimidating, because if you haven't been in a relationship then you aren't going to just have a high level of confidence in approaching one. For me, 24 meters, I've never been in a relationship, and largely it just came down to the fact, while I have had feelings before for someone, it just never was mutual beyond being friends. So I just haven't really tried to pursue anything, but I wonder sometimes if that will prevent me from finding someone. But it does feel unfair that someone can be judged for not having a bunch of relationships when in reality, it's not that easy for everyone to find someone they connect with. It seems to be one of those situations where the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. You're lucky. You found a great guy who happens to be inexperienced. Getting a rando who's inexperienced could turn out to be just as toxic as getting an inexperienced girl. He treats me like a queen. He's kind. He's respectful. He knows how to treat women. He doesn't take me for granted. Please don't hurt this man and wreck him. Reciprocate what he gives and more. You got lucky here. Why is she lucky for being treated the way she should be treated? Cause common sense ain't so common / view 200D. #WHY though. Why I say. Awesome to hear. Seems that you're also the op in a best of Reddit updates. So happy for you. You deserve it. Sounds like you just want a safe bet. Don't F this guy up. Don't F this guy up, yep. Right? If she breaks his heart, good chance he ends up like one of the guys she's comparing him to. He can recover. If it doesn't go well, it sucks, but everyone has a breakup at some point in life. Hopefully all goes well for him, but if not, it's not the end of the earth. It's all insert. This is amazing. I'm glad you and homie found each other. Sounds like he's not so inexperienced anymore, or at least, he's a fast learner. M27 still looking for my. Hopefully I can be like your BF once I finally find my first, and hopefully last, GF. Thank you for posting this, as you have given this 40-plus-year-old man hope, gain +1 confidence. I'm cheering for you, buddy. This gives me a lot of hope. Thank you for not overlooking someone exceptional because of their past. Damn, he sounds amazing. Your man inspires me to treat men better too after reading all the horror stories I've read too. I kind of agree with this one. My boyfriend and I have been together for 5 years and I'm also his first girlfriend. The hardest parts for him was learning to consider someone else when he hasn't needed to most of his life. And sometimes I personally think this is exactly why being in a ton of relationships isn't a great idea. Dating young in many cases is a mistake. 16 is okay. But honestly I didn't actually start dating till 20 and all but 1 out 6 to 8 people I had been talking to lead to a relationship. A short 3-month one. However, it was enough to learn about myself. And we broke off mutually. There was no big emotional connection. And that was just a month ago. I'm 24 now. Anybody else I had been talking to usually ended at just talking. A couple I had a single date with. But I know what I want in a relationship, and if I don't see that or feel that, I know it's not meant to be. I'm not dating just to date. I'm dating to find my bride. I don't need experience. I need to find that connection which happens naturally. Dating a bunch of people only creates unrealistic comparisons. Literally my boyfriend is 24. Never been in a relationship. Yet the best guy I've ever gone out with. He always said to me that he knew when he met someone he'd be a great boyfriend. Just hadn't had the chance to show it.